Hi, everyone. It's Phil Jones, and joining me is Cam Valentine. Cam, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
Good. So today we're going to be talking about gaming on projectors. This is another part of our series talking about the benefits of gaming on a projector, sponsored by BenQ. And today we're going to be talking about a new game with Cam. So Cam, what game are we talking about today?
We're doing Dying Light 2 Stay Human.
Dying Light 2 Stay Human. So what projector did you decide to utilize for this particular review?
For this one, we did the TK700.
So why did you pick that projector, by the way?
So the BenQ TK700 has speedy graphics. I mean, you could get 16.67 milliseconds input lag out of it, where you're running at 60 hertz. You could get 4.16 milliseconds input lag, running at 240 hertz, and running it at 1080p. So actually, BenQ says that the TK700 is a competition gaming console. So it's pretty small, so you can bring it with you to gaming competitions. And then it has all the gaming features you want, like HDR game mode, audio. The brightness is at 3,200 lumens. And all of this pairs well with a game like Dying Light 2, because Dying Light 2 is like a first-person shooter in a post-apocalyptic zombie world, and it's an open-world shooter type game. So it pairs really well together.
So Cam, what game systems is Dying Light 2 available on?
Dying Light 2 is available on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One, and also on PC, Windows-based PCs.
So you said it was an apocalyptic, kind of zombie killing game. Is that what's going on in this thing?
Yes, it's a zombie world, and it's really cool because your character Aiden, he is like the rest of the world, has the infection. So either you have the infection and your body fully transforms over to different types of zombies like howlers, or your body's able to fight it off as long as you're staying in safe zones that have like UV lights that keeps the virus at bay, and direct sunlight. So it's kind of weird. So the name of the game, Dying Light, Stay Human, is no kidding. During the entire game, you're trying to keep your character to stay human.
So to lose, you either get killed or you just turn into a zombie. Is that what's going on there?
Oh yeah. So if you you have a meter, a UV meter, so you got to keep your eye. It makes the game more challenging because you got to go delve into these buildings and underground areas where, of course, it's underground or inside a building, so there's no UV lights. So the problem, so your meter starts to shrink as you're away from UV and sunlight. So you can only run to the building, do so much, and then you got to get out of there back into sunlight or back to a UV light to recharge you back up. And then you got to take your chances again, run inside the building, and then you constantly see your meter getting smaller. So it adds stress to the game, and it's super cool.
So that means, so you're jumping basically between like darker scenes and like brighter scenes. There's a lot of this game. Where does most of the game happen, in the darker areas or the brighter areas?
It's a 50-50 split. So you got to go into the dark areas because that's where a lot of the chests are. Like if you want to gear up Aiden, like you want to find different types of clothing, you can buy like jackets, pants, gloves. You can get different types of weapons, and you can either buy them from the store merchants. You can go into these buildings to search for really good weapons, or you can take out enemies, because along with the zombies, you have bandits that are out there. They're the human bad guys that are out there trying to take advantage of everything. So you can also take them out and take their weapons.
So the BenQ projector, the TK700, is there an advantage? Like, I know it has a game mode for picture quality. Does that give you kind of an advantage in this game?
Yeah, absolutely. With the gaming modes, like I said, it helps with once you go into your game modes, it lowers your input latency, so you can be quicker when you're on the trigger. You know, you're like, because this game has a lot of parkour in it. So
Mhm.
those of you parkour practitioners know timing is everything. So as you're running from rooftop and you got a zombie behind you and you need to leap from one roof ledge to another, you got to time it, pressing your controller just right so you can make that jump. A mistimed jump means you're falling down into the zombie horde below, or you're so high up that you just die when you hit the ground. So timing is everything. So when you hit that trigger on your remote controller for the PlayStation, in my case, you need that character to jump right then, not a second later, or else that's a wrap for you. And then
Yeah.
it also allows you to see the shadows a little bit better. It has a mode that you can switch it into to where it'll enhance your dark detail enhancement. So the zombies that are hiding in shadows, and if you go to my review on projectorreviews.com, I have a photograph of where I have my character looking into a building that's blacked out, and you can't really see anything with the detail enhancement off. And
Mhm.
then I turn it on, and then you can see the outline of the zombie in there. It's like, yeah, and you want to see that on on like say like a small screen and something
Mhm.
without detail enhancement, so it allows you to see what you need to avoid a lot better.
HDR really helps because the game is in HDR. It has the game modes, helps you see stuff in the shadows. And you also mentioned another thing, the experience of playing on something larger than a gaming monitor. Because in your office there, you actually have a gaming PC as well. So what's the difference between playing a game like this on a regular nice monitor versus a big screen?
Right, yeah, yeah. So I do have a liquid cooled dedicated gaming PC and a 34-inch curved gaming monitor.
Mhm.
However, I mean, as good as that is, when I switch over to a 100+ inch screen and you're gaming on it with a capable projector, it's just easier to see your adversaries. I mean, everything is bigger, so it's easier to pick up. Whereas on my 34-inch gaming monitor, I have to pull in really close if I want things to appear bigger to try to spot things. But on a projector screen, I can sit back, nice, relax, and I can see everything nice and huge. And your aiming reticle also becomes huge. Your adversaries are huge, so it's a lot harder to miss when you're targeting something when everything is so huge.
Another thing too that I like about playing on a large screen is it makes it a lot more cinematic. So it's almost like you're in an interactive movie compared to just playing a video game. Did you get that kind of an experience as well?
Yeah, that's funny. So as I've been doing these reviews throughout the year, the thing that seems to be the same is as I play these games, family or friends will see me playing the games, and then you start getting a crowd that comes around you, and then they become involved in the game with you. Usually helpful because they're
Mhm.
normally calling out things that you might not notice because you're looking somewhere else. You're trying to find a chest to find some more gear, but I didn't notice a zombie off to the right. But friends and family off to the side, like, zombie to your right, turn right, now look left. So it's becomes like a team event.
So it's almost like when you're playing on a monitor, it's kind of an isolated, just you and the game type of experience. But the second you get to a projector, it becomes kind of a family spectator sport, which is actually kind of cool. And a lot of times, I suck at video games, but I'm much better at saying, "Look out, go that way, point that way. Why did you miss that guy?" It's a lot easier for me to armchair quarterback than actually play the game effectively. So the big immersive image makes a difference. Now, another thing too is sound. Any cool sounds? How is sound utilized in this game? I know games now are starting to add a lot more sound effects.
Yeah, this one has all the sound effects. You can hear those creepy zombies for sure.
Mhm.
So you do want a capable sound system. Something like the BenQ TK700. It has a decent system, but they know that this is going to be your dedicated system. Although for its tiny little speaker that it has, it actually sounds quite well but they do have audio return channel, so you can hook it up a full system to get that full surround sound, and you can actually hear there's a zombie to this side, there's a zombie to that side, and you're totally surrounded in sound, and sound does make a big part of this game because you got to know where the zombies are coming from, or else they're going to come get you. Although that happens anyways, they're good at sneaking.
Yeah, because I actually have a game system, and like I said, part of it is when you add the surrounds and stuff are coming from behind you and stuff. It's cool, but a lot of people don't have these big, large sound systems, and you definitely can't carry them from place to place. So having a nice sound system built into the projector definitely makes a difference. So the game, you were playing by yourself, but can you play against others?
Yes, you can actually play Dying Light 2 online with up to 4 different players, so you can use a little teamwork to get through this game, which makes things a bit easier. I mean, it's still a terrifying game because the zombies really get into your face on this. But yeah, you can do it online with up to 4 players.
Okay, so they're not working against you, they're working with you. You guys are kind of on a team. So Cam, you play a lot of video games, of course, to do all these reviews. So you can't spend months going through every single aspect of these games. But during your time playing Dying Light 2, were there a couple of scenes that really stood out that looked great playing on a projector?
Yeah, well, seeing how the UV lights are your lifeline, the brightness of the UV lights against the black background, that's where the HDR comes in, was really good looking. Like the UV lights was the color it's supposed to be, had the nice brightness, and then you have that dark background to it, so it made it easier for me with a large projector screen to see where those UV lights are at and run to them so I can save myself and recharge my UV meter. So that again, that's where a huge projector screen comes in handy. It makes things a lot easier to see for your gaming needs.
Now, you said this was a kind of an open world game. How
Yeah.
expansive is this game, and how long do you think it would take someone to go through all of it?
Oh boy, hours. I mean, you're gonna log a lot of hours into this game because it's one of those games where you can use a grappling hook to scale the side of the building. You can use a paraglider to jump off the side of the building and paraglide to somewhere else. So it's a very vertical game. So I mean, you could take to the skies, you could go into buildings, you could go underground. So there's just a lot to explore. So I mean, you could spend months and months, hours and hours on this game. But there's other people, they're speed runners that they just try to complete the game as quickly as they can. So I mean, I suppose if you just speed through the game and you don't really explore anything, you could probably get it done in less than 24 hours. I mean, if you want to sit there and do that, I don't do that myself.
No, I think it's a little more time to take your time and enjoy all of the um, different rooms and experiences that are in the game. So Cam,
Yes,
thank you very much for coming and talking to us about Dying Light 2 Stay Human.
absolutely.
And make sure that you check out Cam's review on Projector Reviews of this game because you can see all of the cool pictures and some of the things that he's talked about. So take care, and we will talk to you soon.